Now, when most people start their laser engraving business, it begins in their home. And the biggest mistake they make is not having a good air purifier in their home. So in today's video, we're going to talk about FumeClear. We're going to take a look at all the features, we're going to look at the extraction capabilities, and we're also going to look at the multi-stage filter system that they have that's going to keep your work area smoke-free. Let's go ahead and check it out. Now, this is the FC350 laser fume extractor, and it has several features that really put it up there when it comes to fume extraction. First of all is the fact that it has a brushless motor that's going to keep it relatively quiet when it comes to fume extraction. You don't really want to have something that's so loud that it sounds like a shop vac. The other thing is that it has 350 watts. It actually features a three-stage filtering system. Right? It uses three-layer design. And on the side here, I have a traditional filtering system because I want to show you the differences between something like this and something that you have right here, because there's a big difference and there's a lot of benefit. It also has a machine alarm so that if the filtration system is not top performance because you've been using it so much and it's time to make some changes, change out the filter, it's going to let you know. It does have a remote control feature that you can press to enable it and disable it. And then also, it has movable wheels on the bottom that you're going to see in a couple seconds, and those wheels actually lock in place. If you are, let's say, for example, having multiple fiber lasers, and you're probably not going to be running them all at the same time, being able to move this from machine to machine makes it super convenient. So having wheels that allow you to wheel it around is important, and at the same time, it's also equally important that you're able to lock it in place so that it doesn't move. So let's take a look at the unit first, close up. I want to show you the filter system, how traditional filters are, and what makes this one so special. Now, traditional filter systems look like this, right? So this is another system that we have. You have this big box, and this is going to have your carbon filter. It has also other filtration that's going on. And then what you have is a pre-filter. And typically what you do is this pre-filter is what you would change often. Some of these are also washable. And this is designed this way so that you can basically switch this out regularly and not have to change the entire system as often as you would. So as you can see here, this one's been in use and you can see how much it's captured. Now underneath it, there's more, right? So inside of it, you do have this here. So you have more filters, and you can see how this one's been used quite a bit. And what you then have is this one will come out. So I'm going to take this out for a second so you can see. And then there is one more inside of it. And you'll notice that as you go through the layers, you basically have, this one's a little bit cleaner because of the filtration that's taking place with each one of these filters. Now, there are other units that I've seen also that basically just have two stages, right? So you basically have a pre-filter and then you have another filter, and that's pretty much it. This one is much, much more robust. So we're going to go on the back so you can see what I'm talking about. Now we'll go ahead and open up the door in the back, and you're going to see the difference here. It does look like this is a three-stage, just like you saw over there, but it's significantly different. And each one of these can be replaced. So I'm going to pull this one out, and you can see how robust this filtration system is, right? So it has this gasket system here that keeps every layer secure, and you can see what this stage looks like. And each one of these serves a different purpose. So if you look at this one right here, this is an H13 HEPA filter, right? Now, underneath that, what you have is an active carbon filter, right? So we're gonna pull this one out, right? So here and this one's heavy. So here's your active carbon filter, right? And then what you have over here is another active carbon filter. So if I pull this one out, and these are heavy, right? So this is your other active carbon filter. So you have, again, these three very robust filters that are going to make sure that your work environment stays smoke-free and odor-free. And let's face it, as you're engraving, depending on the type of material that you're engraving, it's not just smell, but there's also other vapors that are basically being thrown into the air, and you want to be able to extract all that stuff because you don't want to be breathing it. So this is pretty straightforward. All you do is you place it back. I'm going to go ahead and put this right here, right? You'll put it in. Let me hold it just like this. And there's one other piece that I wanted to highlight, and this is the piece that changes often. This is your pre-filter, right? So your pre-filter, as you saw up there, that's going to be at the very top. And this is the one that you find that you're changing often, and it kind of saves the life of your other filters. Now this is your next stage. Again, you're going to put this one in. And the cool thing about this is that you could buy these all at once, or you could buy them in pieces. And because of how the filtration system works, in my experience, what tends to happen, this one gets used the most, and this is the one that you replace the most, which is your pre-filter. Many of the pre-filters are washable, and you also get multiple pre-filters with this. You just don't get the one that's installed, but you get a couple other ones as well. And then what ends up happening is this will be the first one typically that will go because it's the one on the top. And then what I would expect is this one would come afterwards. And then the very last one is going to be the one on the bottom, the second carbon filter. Each one of these carbon filters, typically the carbon filters, are really going to deal with the odor. So it's going to eliminate a lot of that odor. And the fact that both of these, you have them, back to back or doubled is actually really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and push this in just like this. So it's nicely in place. And now I'm going to put this one right here. We want to make sure that we don't pinch that one there. So that's in itself is a significant difference. Now, in addition to having the pre-filter that you saw there, it does come with not just one, but with 4 additional pre-filters. So you're going to be able to switch these pre-filters out as you're using them. And the actual website describes what you can expect from each one of those filters, how long each one is going to last. So what is the life expectancy of the filtration system? And I wanted to share with you what they're basically calculating. And now this is based off of an 8-hour day. So if you're running this machine 8 hours a day, this is what you can expect. The first layer that we saw is going to be around, it's washable first of all, and they're not really giving it a life because you can wash it. And what I find is when I'm washing the pre-filters that we have here, I can wash it multiple times until it kind of goes flat and it's not really that usable. The second, though, which is the that other filter, you're looking at 1 to 2 weeks. The third filter, you're looking at 1 to 2 months. And again, when you think about that, that's the 2 pieces because you have one piece, which was the one on the top, which was your HEPA filter. And then you have the third and the fourth layer, which are the same. It's going to be 1 to 2 months. Now, on their website, they describe that the layers of the filter basically are calculated by an 8-hour day. So if you're running this 8 hours straight, you can expect the first layer, which is that first piece that you saw, that is a washable solution. The second layer, right, that is 1 to 2 weeks. The third layer is 1 to 2 months. And then the third and fourth layer are going to be 3 to 4 months. That's how they describe it. Usage is going to be really different. I don't run my lasers 8 hours straight. So this is like literally running it nonstop. You'll have to look at what your workload looks like and how much you're running, but that should give you a sense of what you can expect. As I mentioned, those filters, you could buy the whole set or you can buy pieces individually depending on what you're looking to work with. And you're going to be able to use this with a lot of applications. You could use this for 3D printing. You could use this if you're soldering. You can use this for laser engraving. There's a lot of different options that you can really think about here. And it's going to take care of smoke purification, air purification. There's any kind of harmful gases, PM2.5 removal. It's dust, and it also deals with the odor. And that's why you have those carbon filters there. Now you do get a couple of accessories to work with, and again, this is going to be based on the different applications. I tend to connect all of my solutions using hoses that I have and also blast gates. But if you're using this in a mobile application or you're using it with fiber lasers, which I have as well. And again, this is going to work with your diodes, your fiber lasers. It's going to work also with your CO2 lasers, a variety of machines. Let's say if you're in the fiber space, this is something that you could have sitting on your fiber, and basically it's connected and it'll suck in and draw in the air. This is another application that you can use depending on the size of what you're dealing with. And then obviously you have your power cord, and then here what you have is this cable, or not this cable, this hose. And this is a flexible hose, and what you'll do is you'll connect this to the top of the fume extractor, and then what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to position it. We're actually going to be connecting and positioning it and running something on our fiber laser so you can see how much is being extracted. I have the FumeClear on and running at the lowest setting. I just wanted to show you the noise level, right? And I'm basically going to bring in this little app here on the side. I'm going to stay quiet for a second so you can see how much noise there is. All right, so that is at its lowest setting. So you have 2 buttons here. You have a decrease and then an increase, right? So this is going to increase the suction or decrease it. What I'm going to do now, and you can notice what setting it's at, I'm going to basically put this meter here on the side so we can see it and still on camera. I'm going to stay quiet, and I'm going to increase each one of these levels so you can see. So watch this meter here. and this meter so you can see what the noise level is. And that's our base right there, so you can get a sense of what the base was, or the floor. So it's around 40 dB is the floor. We just have normal household noise going on. So I have to tell you, powerful. And for that power, it really wasn't terribly loud. It's going to be sucking air, and it does a lot of that. So let's go ahead and see it in action. Now for this test, we're going to be engraving a cork coaster. This is a UV laser. This is a Haotian 5-watt UV laser. And we're going to see how well it will do just absorbing, sucking in any of that smoke. I also have an air quality monitor that I'm running that's going to keep track of the air quality in the area, because I typically, you'll notice I have a hose over here. This is typically my extraction point. This actually goes outside, but right now we're going to be using this guy right here to suck things in. And right now it's on low. We'll start it up. I'll put on my safety glasses first, start it up, and then what I'll do is, as it's running, I will start at the lowest setting and then move to the highest setting and then leave it at the highest setting to see how well it's extracting. So let me go ahead and put on my glasses, and we are going to hit start, and we're going to go ahead and start engraving. So you can see the engraving is already started here, and this is doing a really good job so far. I don't really see anything coming through, but I'm going to go ahead and increase it. And I can smell a little bit, so I'm going to bring it up and have it kind of suck things. And I'm looking at my air quality monitor as this is going on. It's doing a really nice job. I'm even wondering, I can't see anything happening, so is it doing anything? Who knows? Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, that's sucking right there. Still pulling a lot. Let's see. You can see it right here how this one works, how it's sucking up all that. All that air is coming in. Doing good. Doing really good. Putting it at full blast now. Nothing is visible. This thing is just killing it when it comes to absorption. Check this out. It's like sucking everything up. Do that again. Woo! And that coaster is almost done. Yep. I'm looking at my air quality is still good. I'm going to give it one more pass to darken this up. I'll show you how nice this coaster just turned out. This is, again, the Haotian 5-watt UV laser. There'll be a link in the description if you're interested, including this FumeClear extractor. Great combination to have both of these together. And this, again, is a great business option. You're going to see the resolution that you get from a UV laser is the dot is so small that it's like super clean and precise. Combining that with this fume extractor, you have a really nice working environment because you don't have to worry about any of the smell. So far, everything still looks good on my air monitor over here. Things are looking good. And you can see how nicely dark it's going. So this is doing its thing, and you see nothing. This thing is just like sucking it all up. Yep, and I still have green on my air quality monitor. No yellow, no change. Almost done too. I have to say that so far this is churning out fantastic. We'll take a look at the final product once it's done. Probably could have gone a little bit lighter on it, but I wanted to put it to the test. And you can see, let's get a little closer so you can see that. One of the places, it's our favorite coffee shop here in Oak Lawn. And again, everything got absorbed. You didn't see anything. It just sucked it all up. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the thing that you don't want to skimp out on. You want to have great, good air quality in your home, in your small business. You're running this in a shop, you're running this in your garage, wherever you're running this, you want to have, again, something that's pulling out any of the smell, any of the dust, any of the smoke. 3D printer, fiber laser, CO2 laser, diode laser. Make sure you check this out.